going on YouTube? We're here with another Smite video. I am your host Shui. Let's dive on into it. As you can tell on screen by the creepy baby staring you in the face, we got another request, and this request was for Vamana, 5th avatar of Vishnu. Now this little baby may look cute with his little Mary Poppins umbrella, but this dude can pack a punch. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump right in and go to his abilities, cover that over, and do the ability builder and item builder in that order like you already know. But we're gonna jump right into this. The passive he has is Sleeping Giant. When Vamana is in colossal form, taking damage from gods increase the duration. Additionally, a percentage of Vamana's physical protection is converted to physical power. Now there's a lot of confusion on forums about this because of the wording of the text. And you actually get the conversion from protection to power while not in colossal form. That's a separate statement right there. The colossal form, only thing that in this that buffs colossal form is taking damage from gods, increases the duration. The additional protection is converted to physical power no matter what, no matter if you're giant, no matter if anything like that. So it's a good thing to keep in mind while making a build, and that's exactly what I did when I made this build. I would also like to point out the fact right here, guys, is that I usually play hunters and mages, and it's actually pretty fun and pretty interesting to come over to the world of a warrior like this and play a completely different play style where I'm usually building critical life steal attack speed and be building just straight bulk and physical power and crazy things like that. That's awesome, just awesome. But back to the abilities. Clear the path. Vamana opens his umbrella in front of him and sprints forward, doing damage to all enemies and knocking them into the air. Pretty self-explanatory. Can be used as a dodge, can be used as a run, can be used as a knock-up if you're tagging up with a Willix. It can be used with a bunch of stuff like that. It's really good utility and really good wave clear. Kind of, not really, but it's mainly used for a dodge or a way to initiate a battle in a team fight, something like that. Pretty good. Armored Umbrella. Vamana infuses his umbrella with his armor, reinforcing it while he strikes forth, doing damage to all enemies in a cone. 305 plus 100% of your physical power. A good thing to keep in mind is that the physical power is going to be translated over from our protection when I'm doing the build, so I don't get a lot of flack for making a really tanky Vamana, you know. But we'll get to that later on. Umbrella Rang. Vamana spins an umbrella out in front of him, hitting enemies in its path for damage and slowing your enemy's attack and movement speeds. After reaching its destination, the umbrella returns back to Vamana, hitting everyone in its path. Kind of like Thor's hammer, but with a slow. And it's actually really important because when you go into your ult, which we're going to talk about here in a second, pretty much everybody scatters like cockroaches when you turn the light on. Like, they are gone because they don't want to extend your super more than it needs to be. Because when you are a colossal baby, you are a menace. Like, in a team fight, you will shift that fight status real quick and they will be on the flee, on the defensive. Due to the fact that if they hit you, you just stay big forever. Like, it's dumb. So we're going to go talk about that real quick. Vamana grows to an enormous giant. While Vamana is enraged, he is immune to crowd control, gains protections, physical power, massive regeneration, and his basic attacks now damage all nearby enemies. You can also cancel his giant form early. Now, there's a lot to take in, so pretty much what you need to know. You gain health. You get bulky. You hit hard. Pretty much it. That's pretty much all you need to know. Now there's two ways that you can actually use this. You can use this to shift a fight and deal a crap ton of damage and use it as a finisher, or you can use this as a self-save heal. So let's say you're getting pushed into tower and solo lane, which by the way is probably where you're going to end up playing if you're playing Vamana, and you can pretty much wait on tower, but you see like maybe 2 or 3 people there. You realize they're going to take the tower from you if you recall and you're really weak. Giant baby up, grow up, get crap ton of life back, guys. The total time that you can have while colossal, if you get hit, and the total max that you can get added on for getting hit is 10 seconds. So you can get 16 seconds. You have 5% of your health is regen per second. So if you take that, 16 times 5 would be about 80. It would be about 80% of your life would be regened while in Giant Baby for 16 seconds. You're going to get about 30% if you don't get touched. So if you think about that, you're at about 15%. You then Giant Baby in tower. You are then at about 45%. You're still in about orange, but about to be breaking green. That's perfectly fine. You know, a Vamana is going to be super tank anyway. 45% of your life is about 200% of the nearest assassins. So it's going to be pretty insane. We're actually going to go to the ability builder real quick. Pretty Pretty simple, but the main move that you want to get first is actually going to be your wave clear, which is going to be the umbrella ring. And then the rest of them, I'm not really going to break down why, but I just needed to point out that you're going to be using your umbrella ring mainly for your wave clear and also for sprinters that try to get away from you from the finish. You're going to use that to slow them down. But we're actually going to go clear path, armored umbrella, umbrella ring, baby. And then you're going to go umbrella ring, clear path, baby. And you go umbrella ring, clear path, giant baby, clear path, armored, giant baby, armored, giant baby. Pretty plain, simple, easy, you know. Alright, now we go item build. Now this is where stuff gets a little weird, for me at least. I mean, if you're a Guardian Warrior player, this is just normal, another walk in the park, you just need to know what to build, you know. But starter item, Mark of the Vanguard seemed to be the best when I was testing it. Death's Toll is I didn't really like it. It's I didn't really like it that much. Bluestone Pendant we don't really need because your guys already know what the next item is going to be. So I like Mark of the Vanguard because you get to use your passive straight out of the gate. As soon as you leave Fountain, you have a little bit of your passive ticking into your physical power, but it's alright. And then you get the bonus health and all damage is reduced by 5. You want to be as tanky as possible as soon as possible. And like I said, you guys already know the second item is going to be your active item of meditation. I am a preacher for meditation, guys. I love it. It is too good. No matter what you're playing, you need meditation. There's no such thing as too much mana. Remember that. Now, next, we're going to grab your starter boots. Now, here's where it gets weird for me, guys. Here's where it gets really, really weird for me. I always boot up right away. I max my boots right away. As a hunter, as a mage, I always boots up right away for either cooldown reduction or attack speed, whichever I'm getting. This, we're not doing that. This, we're buying Hide of the Nemean Lion first. Now, reasoning, let me explain myself real quick before you crucify me. 200 health, always good. 80 physical protection, converts into physical power. And then reflects 20% of all basic attack damage back to the attacker as magical damage. Reason why, in solo lane, a lot of the times you're going to get ganked by either the ADC returning from Fountain, or you're going to be ganked by an assassin. Now, the top assassins in the meta right now are Fenrir, who uses basic attacks, Bakasura, who uses basic attacks, Arachne, who uses basic attacks, Hunters, all of them pretty much, they use basic attacks. Now, these will reflect it back to them, which not only deals damage to them, but also this makes you bulkier and stronger in the same time. It's a triple threat item. You can't pass it up. You need to get it as soon as possible. It's a little pricey, so you're going to have to stay in lane for a while, but that's why we have meditation and Mark of the Vanguard. Alright, now for the second item, I definitely recommend booting up, and we like to grab the nice, beautiful little Warriors tabby, get you some physical power to base off your moves, make them hit hard. And then the last one that we are actually going to grab is the Frostbound Hammer. As we talked about before, guys, pretty self-explanatory. When you super baby, they scatter like cockroaches. You don't want that to happen. You want to keep them there so you or your teammates can pick up the kills and get them easily. So when you are actually super baby, your basic attacks are AoEs. So using this, when you basic attack the ground and AoE them, they are slowed and they hit slower. So pretty much you will keep them in there, keep them with you, and they cannot get away. So that's pretty much the next one, and then we're going to go down to defensive, and the next piece that we are actually going to get is a little different for me as well, but it's Hide of the Urchin. You gain plus, it's pretty much physical protection, magic protection, health, and mana. Just cover all bases. Pretty good leveler item, and you gain 2 magical protection and 2 physical protection for each god, kill, or assist. Now, since you're probably going to get solo lane ganked a lot, or you're probably going to be shifting over to mid lane to help for the push, or stuff like that, team fights on Fire Giant, Gold Fury, everything like that, this is going to be really, really useful, because for everything you can get a total bonus of what, 20% or 20 extra on here. So 20 extra, that gives us 65 physical protection. 20% of 65 is some number that adds to physical power. I don't know, I'm not a mathematician, I'm just here to play Smite. Now the next one is actually really, really good as well for when it combos really well with the Hide of the Nemean Lion and the Frostbound Hammer and you being a giant baby. And that is the fact that we are going to be getting the Mystical Mail, which is 300 health, 60 physical protection, deals 40 magical damage per second to enemies with 25 units. So while you're slowing them with your giant baby AoEs, they're going to be taking that tick damage every couple seconds just from the Mystical Mail to maybe pick up that extra little kill or that extra little push of damage that you need, you know, anything that you can really get. The last item that we're actually going to get is the Rune Forged Hammer. 15% of your physical protection is converted to physical power. Pretty much it adds the 20% and makes it a 35% of your passive. So it's pretty self-explanatory, guys. It adds physical protection itself and health. So we're just going to throw that bad boy on there. We're going to tack on the build of everything so we can cover the overall stats. Your basic attack damage is okay at 253. Your power physical is 176. Attack speed is 1.15. Physical protection is 9 away from soft cap, guys. 9 away from soft cap at 316. Your magical is 93. Your health is 3680, which is super high. Your HP 5 is 18. Your movement speed is 433. 0% cooldown reduction, which kind of is a problem, but not really, because you're going to be pretty much bursting out all your stuff and using basic attacks, unlike a lot of warriors. Your mana is 1230 and your MP5 is 13, guys. This is the best build I could find that I could come up with on my own. And it works really, really well. The first like game or so that I used this guy, I ended up like getting about 15 kills, which is crazy good for a tank. A lot of the times you're going to be tanking with Vamana. He falls off late game, so make sure you remember that. And you'll probably be ganking a little bit with him on the mid lane. Make sure you don't challenge a tank by yourself. It's just going to be a drawn out Tom and Jerry chase, man. It's not going to be fun. Nobody's going to enjoy themselves on that. Neither side's going to be fun, or have fun, excuse me. And you're probably going to end up leading yourself into an ambush, and then you're not that tanky. You can't take that kind of damage of getting ambushed by 2 or 3 people. That would just be broken if you were. But that's pretty much it for me, guys. Make sure you smash out that like button for me. It really does let me know that you guys do appreciate these videos. Comment down below if you have any other gods that you would like to make, like me, to try to make good. Vamana, in my opinion, is not really that good, but he can be good with this build. And any other guys, if you just really need a build for them and I haven't gone over it yet, let me know down there, guys. I will definitely hit you up, and I try to respond to all comments. Make sure you hit that subscribe button too if you want to become part of the Shu crew. We're a close family here, guys. We like to no harmful comments, nothing like that. But that's pretty much it for me, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Talk to you later. Peace.